Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about something that can change the way you speak English. Thinking in English. Most learners translate words in their mind first, and that slows them down. But what if you could stop translating and start thinking directly in English? Let's begin this powerful journey together. Chapter 1. The problem with translating. Then I first started learning English. I had a big habit. I always translated every sentence from my native language before speaking. I would think in my language, try to find the English words, build the sentence in my head, and then speak. This took time. It made my speech slow and unnatural. I felt nervous in conversations. Then I realized fluent speakers don't translate. They think directly in English. So I made a decision. I would train my brain to think in English even for small things. Chapter 2. Start small. Everyday objects. I started with small things. Every morning when I woke up, I looked at things around me and said their names in English: bed, pillow, fan, window, sunlight. I didn't say these out loud all the time. Sometimes I whispered. Sometimes I just thought them silently. This simple habit trained my brain. Soon, I started making simple sentences. I am brushing my teeth now. I am making tea. It's a beautiful morning. This was powerful because I wasn't learning difficult grammar rules. I was building fluency naturally. You can do this too. Wherever you are, just name things around you in English. Start creating easy sentences in your head. Chapter 3. Make English your thinking partner. As I continued practicing, I realized something important. I needed to create a habit of thinking in English even when I wasn't talking. So I made English my thinking partner. Let me explain. Every time I walked somewhere, whether to the market, the bus stop, or just around my room, I started talking to myself in English in my mind. For example, I'm going to the shop now. I think it might rain later. This road is too crowded today. I should buy some vegetables before it gets dark. These were my thoughts, but I trained myself to say them only in English. In the beginning, it was difficult. Sometimes I didn't know the exact word, so I used other simple words. For example, if I didn't know the word frustrated, I said, I am not happy with this. Or, this is making me feel bad. It's okay to use simple words. The goal was not to speak perfect English. The goal was to keep thinking in English. Every time I caught myself thinking in my native language, I would stop, take a deep breath, and restart in English. This habit changed my brain. After just a few weeks, I started to think in English without even trying. And you know what? Felt like freedom. I didn't need to translate anymore. I wasn't afraid to speak. I wasn't searching for words. Thinking in English gave me confidence, and it will do the same for you. Just treat English like a friend who's always with you. Talk to it. Think in it. And soon, you'll find it becomes a part of your everyday life. Chapter 4. Use English in real-life situations. No matter where you are. One big mistake I used to make was thinking that I needed to live in an English-speaking country to get fluent. But I was wrong. You don't need to go to the USA, UK, or Canada to speak English confidently. You can create your own English world right where you are. Let me tell you what I did. Whenever I went to a restaurant, I looked at the menu and read it in English. Even if it was written in my language, I would translate it in my head. What do I want to eat? Maybe I'll have rice and vegetables. How much does it cost? I'm feeling hungry. While walking through the market, I thought in English. Look at those fresh tomatoes. The weather is so hot today. That shop looks interesting. Even when I watched people talking, I imagined their conversation in English. This wasn't speaking aloud. It was all happening silently in my head, but it was powerful. Then I added another step, speaking to myself in English when I was alone. If I was in my room, I would say, I had a good day today. Tomorrow I want to finish my project. Let me clean my desk now. It sounds small, but these small steps trained my brain to treat English as my daily language, not just a subject. And then something surprising happened. One day, I had to speak with a tourist who asked me for directions. Earlier, I would have felt nervous, but that day I was calm. Why? Because I had already practiced these situations in my mind many times. I gave him directions clearly, smiled and said, "Your English is good." That was a special moment, a turning point. So here's the lesson. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Use English in your daily life, even if no one else around you speaks it. You're not just learning words, you're building habits. And habits are what lead to fluency. Chapter 5. Practice speaking without fear of mistakes. Let me tell you something that changed my life. Fear is the biggest enemy of English speaking. In the beginning, I was always scared. Scared that people would laugh at my pronunciation. Scared that I would make a mistake. Scared that someone would correct me. Scared that I didn't sound smart. But one day, my teacher told me something beautiful. She said, "The one who speaks, even with mistakes, will learn faster than the one who stays silent." That sentence hit me deeply. From that day, I made a decision. I will speak, mistakes or no mistakes. So I began small. At the shop, I said, "1 bottle water, please." The sentence was not perfect, but I spoke. At the bus stop, I asked, "What time bus come?" Again, not perfect, but I was speaking. I joined a small English-speaking group online, where people practiced English from different countries. Nobody was perfect. Some spoke slowly. Some forgot words. But we all tried and we helped each other. You see, we all were learning. And learning means making mistakes. Every time I made a mistake, I told myself, this is not failure. This is learning. And it worked. Slowly, my confidence grew. My grammar improved because I was using it in real life. My pronunciation became better because I was saying the words again and again. Now, when I speak, I don't fear mistakes. I feel proud that I'm communicating. Let me give you an example. Once I was in a hotel and I wanted to ask for an extra towel. I said, "Can I get 1 more towel, please?" The staff understood me, smiled, and brought it. That moment felt like a victory. So, if you want to speak English fluently, here is my advice. Speak every day, anywhere, with anyone without fear. Your mistakes will become your lessons. And one day, you'll look back and say, "I'm glad I didn't stay silent." Chapter 6. Learn from the world around you. When I was learning English, one of the best things I did was this. I used my surroundings as my classroom. Yes, that's right, the world around me became my teacher. Let me explain. One day, I was waiting at a bus stop. Instead of scrolling through social media, I looked around and started thinking in English. The bus is late. There are 5 people waiting. The sun is bright today. That boy is eating ice cream. These were simple sentences, but I was training my brain. Then I took it one step further. I started listening to announcements at train stations and airports. I repeated them in my mind. "Attention, please. The train is arriving at platform number 3. Flight number 202 is now boarding." At home, I did the same thing. I opened the fridge and said, "There is milk, butter, and some fruit. I need to buy eggs tomorrow. The vegetables look fresh." Even while cooking, I would speak in English. Boil the water. Add some salt. Stir it gently. I started reading English on posters, on product labels, on shopping bags, even on medicine bottles. Wherever I saw English, I didn't ignore it. I observed. I read. I spoke. The best part? I didn't need books. I didn't need a classroom. The world itself was my practice ground. Let me give you an example. Once, I was walking past a clothing store. I saw a shirt with the words, "Make your own way." I read it aloud and thought about what it meant. Make your own way means create your own path. Be independent. That one shirt gave me a new phrase and a deep meaning. That's the power of learning from your surroundings. So here's what I suggest. Read street signs in English. Watch people and describe their actions in English. Look at products and say their names in English. Create your own English dictionary from the world around you. When you do every day, you stop seeing English as a subject. You start living it. Perfect. Chapter 7. Turn thinking into speaking anytime, anywhere. If you want to speak English fluently, start by speaking in your mind first, then say it out loud. You don't always need a partner or a teacher. Your inner voice is enough. Start your day with simple thoughts like, "I am brushing my teeth," or "It's a beautiful day." Even when you're walking to the shop or cooking, think in English silently or softly. This builds fluency in a natural and relaxed way. Talking to yourself out loud, even softly, trains your brain to speak without fear. One powerful method is mirror practice. Look at yourself and say, "You can do it." English is your friend. Before sleeping, describe your day in English. I woke up, had tea, helped my mom, and now I feel sleepy. These simple habits make your brain think in English automatically. The more you think in English, the faster you'll speak it, and one day it'll feel natural and free. Chapter 8. Real-life practice, from fear to fluency. Many learners worry. What if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? But remember, every fluent speaker started as a beginner. One man was afraid to speak until he ordered coffee and said just 2 words, "Black coffee." That moment gave him confidence and started his journey. He made a decision to speak to one stranger every day. Simple greetings like "Hi" or "Nice weather" became full sentences. Even when he made funny mistakes, like saying kitchen instead of chicken, he laughed and learned. Mistakes are not your enemies, they are your teachers. Speak like a friend, not a professor. Say, "I am learning English. Can I ask a question?" And people will help you. Join speaking clubs, use language apps, or even talk to your pet. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes a day. Over time, you'll see clear improvement in fluency and confidence. Chapter 9. Thinking in English, the real game changer. People struggle with fluency because they think in their native language and translate. This causes delays and confusion. The solution: start thinking in English. One learner made a rule. From now on, I will talk to myself in English. Even in a small apartment with no native speakers, he used his mind as his classroom. He described everything around him. The sky is cloudy. I'm boiling water. This trained his brain to form sentences automatically. You can do it too by naming objects in English. Ask yourself simple questions like, "What will I do tomorrow?" and answer in English. Use a mirror to practice daily conversations aloud. Don't use complex words, use clear ones. Say, "The weather is changing," not "The atmospheric condition seems unpredictable." Change your phone language to English, take notes in English, and surround yourself with it daily. Chapter 10. The final step to freedom: speak without fear. By now, the learner had strong habits. He listened, thought, and practiced in English. But the biggest fear remained: speaking to others. So he faced it. He joined an online group and spoke just one line: "I want to improve my English." No one laughed, and that gave him courage. He spoke a little more each day. He made mistakes but didn't stay silent. He realized silence, not mistakes, were the real enemy. He set a rule: I will speak English every day, no matter what. Whether alone or with people, he practiced consistently. Slowly, English became a normal part of his life. Now he could order food, ask questions, and even joke in English. He wasn't perfect, but he was fluent, confident, and fearless. That's real freedom. He was free, not perfect, not like a native speaker, but confident, fluent, and fearless. So what can we learn from his journey? Start small but stay consistent. Listen more. Speak more. Fear less. Think in English. Live in English. Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. Speak even when you're not ready. That's how you grow. You don't need to live in America or London to become fluent. You don't need expensive classes. You need the right mindset, daily action, and the courage to speak. So now it's your turn. Start today. Speak today. Be proud of your mistakes, they're signs of learning. And remember what we always say: fluency is not a destination. It's a journey.